We're here today with Luis Fonsi. Welcome to our Energy Star Talk. Good to have you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
At first, congratulations, Luis Fonsi. Despacito is the first primarily Spanish-speaking song to go number 1 in the US since Macarena in 1996.
Yeah.
Where have you been when it was announced as a number 1 song?
The day that they told me that we got to number 1 in the United States, I was flying to New York. And when I landed, I got the message, and I was really happy, because I never in my wildest dream expected this song to be able to cross over to different languages and different countries and different cultures. I just wanted to write and record a great song and surround myself with great artists like Daddy Yanky, who I did the original song with, and later, 4 months later, when we did released the remix with Justin Bieber, I just wanted to write a fun song to dance to mix a little bit of what I do. I'm more of a pop artist, melodic artist, but with a little bit of the Latin urban flavor, which I think it's all, it just feels good for the summer. And it's just been amazing how people are loving the song, so I'm just blessed.
And the song was originally released with another reggaeton superstar, Daddy Yanky.
Yeah.
Earlier this year in Spanish, and then Justin Bieber hit you up after you heard the song.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Who called who?
He called me. It's the original song. I called Daddy Yankee, to feature on the song, and he did an amazing job. We did the video, and the video's probably gonna get between today and tomorrow to 2 billion hits, which is amazing, in 5 months, which is a record. And I want to say the song was released in January. I want to say around April, about 4 months in. I got a call from Justin Bieber's people that he heard the song while he was on tour in South America, in Colombia to be exact. And he loved the song. He wanted to jump on the remix. And so we sent him the files, and he recorded a new verse. And then he recorded a little bit of the chorus in Spanish. And we re-released that version, and that version is doing amazing as well.
And why did you take Justin on board, although Despacito was a great hit before?
I think music is about just coming together, and obviously Justin Bieber's a huge superstar. So, I think we all benefit, in a good way. All three of us are benefiting. I think, the song was already a huge hit, but no doubt that having him on the song, helped in a lot of different markets. I don't know if the song would have gotten to number 1 in the U.S. Without him. It was already sort of close to the top 10, but once, he came on board, it just shot straight to number 1. So, I'm not kind of those people that, I sort of keep things to myself. I love to share and to be able to celebrate music, and that's why I invited Daddy Yankee to be on board from the beginning, and I think at the end of the day, it's a win-win.
And when thinking of Shakira's or Enrique Iglesias' big songs on the Hot 100, they were always in English, and you stuck to your native language, Spanish.
Yeah.
And still took the first place. Why did you stick to Spanish?
Listen, I speak, from what you can tell, I speak fluent English because I've been brought up. I'm from Puerto Rico and very proud to be from Puerto Rico, but when I was 10 years old, I moved to the United States. So, I have no problem singing or writing music in English. I've just always been very close to my language, and that's just how it started. And that doesn't mean that eventually I'm not going to do songs in English. I am. As a matter of fact, my new album comes out later this year, and there are some versions of the songs in English. So it's going to happen. I'm just very proud of the fact that a song in Spanish was able to get the airplay and the following that it got in a very organic and natural way. Like I didn't try to do a crossover record. I just wanted to do a great song, and this has been a surprise to me. And because of this, I'm going to keep on singing in Spanish, in English, maybe in Spanglish, maybe a little bit in German. Who knows? I think it's, at the end of the day, the main language that we speak is music. And that, to me, has to be the most important thing.
Would you tell us the main story about Despacito? What's the song about?
Do you know what Despacito means?
I do, but maybe others don't.
So Despacito means slowly. but basically it's just a word that means slowly, very slowly means. And it's just a very sensual, kind of sexy song about taking it slowly. And it's got a very interesting lyric where it has a little bit of a double meaning, but in a very respectful way. But it just kind of depends how you interpret it. But it is very sexy, and it's just about coming together, dancing, and loving each other, and doing what we all do, but just slowing it down. Sometimes we live life too fast, and we forget that we just gotta, take it easy and really savor the important moments, especially those sexy moments. So it's a sexy song, but it's just a dance, fun kind of, it's a song that kids can sing, that grandparents can sing, and that's what we wanted to create.
You know what makes me wondering?
What?
We Germans are known as pretty prudish people.
Okay.
Everyone turns off the lights when entering the bathroom.
Really?
Do you think Despacito would have
They turn it off?
Yeah, kind
But
of.
how do you know where to go? Do you have to use the lantern on your iPhone? Oh, like that. Okay, got it.
So do you think Despacito would have also become a number one hit if we, for example, would understand what you're singing about, we Germans?
I hope so. I mean, I think the beauty of the song, it's what it, besides the beat and the melody, it's what it says. I mean, I think it doesn't matter where you come from. I think at the end of the day, we all have a little bit of a romantic side to us. Some exploit it more, some hide it more. But when we all love one another, and we all want to just be together at some point. So why not take it slowly, And that's kind of what it's all about.
What's your biggest inspiration for your music, actually?
Just women, like in the sense that, I mean, I just try to tell stories, you know what I mean? And they're love stories. Some are like very love story, and some are just kind of songs about something in specific, about how a woman makes me feel, or about, just kind of just to kind of get energy out and get people dancing. But the romantic touch will always be there, and the love touch will always be there, sometimes more powerful than others. It just depends on the song. Like Despacito, it's not a traditional love song. It's just a sexy song. But of course, it talks about the attraction between a man and a woman. So when I think of a love song, I think of women. I think of the relationships that I've been through, the good and the bad. And that's it. I just talk about real life situations. I'm not a political singer. I just talk about life, and I hope that everybody can kind of relate to these songs.
And are there any collaborations in the making, or any collaborations you'd like to do in the future?
Yeah, of course. My album is fully recorded already. It's fully done. It's gonna be out late this year. Despacito is the first single of my album. I still don't have the name for the album, so that's why I'm just calling it the album. But it's going to come out later this year. It's actually my 9th album, so a lot of people are getting to know me for the first time. But I've been doing this for 19 years. I started very young, and I've had 8 previous albums in Spanish. So it's exciting to kind of, after almost 20 years, to kind of start over and to be able to meet a new audience. So... there's going to be a bunch of collaborations in this new album, some that I have already recorded and some that I'm actually recording in the next 2 weeks, with Latin artists and with international American artists. Surprises. It's all about surprises.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Alrighty, now we talked a lot about your passion in music and your latest number one hit, but we also want to get to know you a bit more.
Okay.
So by all accounts, you seem to be a pretty smart and cool Latino who's living for the music.
Okay. Thank you for the smart thing.
But is there anything we don't know yet? Like, what's your biggest passion besides the music? Any nerdy hobbies?
Nerdy? Yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd. I'm not hobbies. I love the ocean. I love the water. I love boating. I love fishing. I love to be out on the water. I don't know if that's a really hobby or not, but I love to collect tennis shoes. Yeah, like I'm a big fan of like retro Jordans, so I have like a way too many shoes.
How many?
I don't know. I swear I don't know, but my wife is not happy with me right now. So hobbies. I love sports. I'm sure I have better hobbies, and once we finish this interview, I'm like, why didn't I say that? I love sports. I used to play baseball, but I really wanted to be a professional baseball player, but then I realized that I stunk. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'll just sing. And so I love acting. I love musical theater. I've done Broadway before. I want to go back and do Broadway. I don't know. I'm just, just a normal guy.
Do you have a bad secret? A bad secret habit? Secret bad habit?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, I have bad habits, of course. I bite my fingernails. And it's horrible. And my fingernails look like crap. And
They're those bitter lacquers.
yeah, the bitter thingies.
Yeah.
I try those, but
Doesn't work.
no. The thing is, I don't realize I'm doing it. If once I realize I'm doing it, I stop. But the problem is that it's usually too late. It's like I chew off my finger and then I realize I'm like, why did you do that? So I do it a lot when I'm like in the airplanes and stuff. And so yeah, that's my bad habit.
And as an internationally successful musician, you get probably a lot of gifts from fans.
Mm-hmm.
What was the weirdest or the freakiest thing you've ever gotten?
Ooh, there are some freaky things I've gotten. Earlier in my career, I got a lot of freaky stuff. Like used, worn underwear. That's always interesting. Videos, audio tapes of just crazy stuff, pictures, just some, I don't get that much stuff anymore,
Why?
I don't know. I think people just don't like me. No, I'm just kidding. I think my audience has grown a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. Maybe just nowadays, they don't do it as much. But I remember like when I was first starting out, I would get very weird stuff, and I would have stalkers and stuff. But people are really nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. People are really nice, and a lot of people now take their time to do amazing gifts, personalized things, and beautiful paintings, and I try to take all these things home with me, and save them, whether it's in my house or in my office or in. We have like an international fan club office, and we try to keep all that stuff because, a lot of people take their time to do it. So it means a lot.
All right. Last but not least, is
Yes.
a tour planned, and will you be back to Germany soon?
Yeah. So my tour starts July 1st. We start in Spain. It's called Love and Dance Tour. Love and Dance, which is kind of explains sort of my musical background, a little bit of the pop, ballad, and the dance, which is Despacito and all the fun dancey stuff. We're going to be touring through Europe for the first 2 months, July and August. I don't have the dates, but we're definitely going to be visiting, all these beautiful European countries. I hope to be here in Berlin, here in Germany. And then we cross over to America. But basically, I'm going to be on tour for the next year and a half. So visit my website, luisfonsi.com. And my Instagram, my Facebook, all that stuff. All the tour dates will be there.
So thank you for your time and stopping by at Energy, Luis Fonsi.
Thank you.